some mother bleeping respect on the Indiana Pacers this morning, CJ Hurt, because that was their fifth 15-point comeback of the postseason. They are 5-3 when trailing by 15 or more in the playoffs. And last night, they did it again on the biggest stage yet against the biggest and baddest opponent yet as the Thunder joined the Bucks, the Cavs, and the Knicks as teams who have had to look the Indiana Pacers in the eye and say, what the Haliburton just happened? What the Haliburton? It's Tyrese Haliburton. He did it again. Another game-winning shot of this postseason. And so I ask you, CJ, let me get comfortable. Let me just kick my feet up. Please tell me again how this team is nothing but fluky.
I didn't say they were nothing but fluky. I said they did have fluky moments.
Thank you for being specific in your words. That's on me.
All right. 1. 2. It's not like I don't appreciate the Indiana Pacers. All right. I do. I was attacked. I was caught off guard during the attack. And so I got on the defensive. And I forgot that one of the most important rules in sports and in life is it's better to be lucky than good. And the Indiana Pacers have had truly lucky moments.
As we go through them.
Before that, you have to have the moment where the ball slips through the dude's hands for the Bucks. Mm-hmm. And before this, you have to show great play. This is why they win. But you have to show him getting the offensive rebound, right? Like you have to show that. And then this, you have to show the Knicks being up by forever +2 in the fourth quarter. Right, Tyrese Haliburton on a historic clutch run. Truthfully, honestly, but I'm gonna say this, and I mean this with all sincerity. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I know it. But like on like, if you turn the ball over 25 times, 20 times in the first half, you're supposed to lose that game. Everybody loses that game, like on like. So that means 2 NBA teams playing, or 2 G League teams playing, or 2 WNBA teams playing. Hell, 2 college teams playing. I don't give a rat's ass if it's Duke taking on Alabama A&M on the men's side. I don't care if it's Townsend taking on South Carolina on the women's side. 2 D1 programs, one of them has 25 turnovers, 20 turnovers in the first half. That team is supposed to lose. High school, Memphis East versus Jackson Northside. Memphis East has 25 turnovers. Jackson Northside is supposed to win that game. Christian Brothers versus Macaulay. If Christian Brothers is the one with 25 turnovers, damn it, Macaulay is supposed to win that game. St. Agnes School for Girls versus Harpeth Hall. If Harpeth Hall is the one with 25 damn turnovers, St. Agnes is supposed to win that damn basketball game. You are not supposed to win basketball games turning the ball over 20 times in one half, 25 times total. That is what I mean. Pacers are winning these games that nobody else in history wins. Nobody else in basketball history will win these games. I don't know how it happens. I don't know why it happens. But damn it, if that's not fluky, I don't know what is.
I was going to say the big thing you were missing in all of your examples, which you eventually got to. None of those other teams that you listed, not St. Agnes, not Memphis East, not no one, is the Indiana Pacers. And I found myself thinking about your word of fluky from yesterday as I'm watching this transpire again. And truly, you're sitting there like, I cannot believe this is happening. Even though you've seen it happen 4 times, as it pertains to Tyrese Haliburton, 4 times in this postseason, he has had either a game-winning shot or a game-tying shot in the last 2 seconds. He has done it in every single round of the playoffs. But like you alluded to, it's not just Tyrese Haliburton, it's the entirety of this Indiana Pacers team. And when you get to a point where they are having 15-point comeback after 15-point comeback, late game, bizarre, how on earth is this happening, if not for witchcraft, if not for the Lord God above directly blessing the Indiana Pacers, if not for sacrificing Caitlin Clark and Anthony Richardson and RIP Jim Irsay, all for the Indiana Pacers to have this moment. But what I realized was it happens 1 time, it can be fluky. It happens 2 times, it's a pattern. It happens 3 times, it's comical. It happens 4 times, it's their identity. Like, this is the identity of the Indiana Pacers. No team had ever trailed by 9 points in the final 3 minutes of an NBA Finals game and won. But now at this point, if there is a team that does it again, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, you'll say, man, this team reminds me of the 2025 Indiana Pacers. Is there any team that the Pacers remind you? I saw somebody say they haven't felt like this watching a basketball team since the Cardiac Kemba UConn team. Like, that's the closest thing that you can get.
You don't get this in the pros.
No.
You don't. You only get this because to do it at least once in a couple of series, Cavs series, and I think Knicks series, I think they did it twice where it was, okay, you're not supposed to win this game. Why the hell are you leading right now at the end of it?
Thunder.
Right. You're in the NBA postseason, we all know it's a best of 7 every single round. In March Madness, men's and women's March Madness, it's one game. So you can get one game and have this type of run. And then you can maybe against a different opponent later on have another one of these. They're doing this in every single round, and they've played, 16, 17 games? I don't know how many games these dudes have played, but they've played them, and they've given you, what did you say, 4 or 5 of these? Like, you don't get this in the pros.
5 comebacks, 4 Haliburton, final 2 seconds, where it's like literally the last 2 seconds.
But it's not just the comebacks.
No.
It's the how are they doing this? Right? Like, how? Why? Why are you able to turn the ball over 25 times and not lead at all? Not lead at all until the last 0.3 seconds of the game. How are you able to do that and win games? How are you able to be down 8 points with 50 seconds left, 9 points with 50 seconds left? How are you able to be down like that and still come back and win these games? Right, like that's not just you being good. That Pacers deserve to be here. I feel like yesterday it made it seem like I didn't think they deserved to be here. They absolutely deserve to be here. I just want to acknowledge how fluky it is that they got here and they continue to do fluky things. This is incredible.
I'm trying to see if there's another word from fluky.
Fortunate,
fluky
lucky
means, like, the technical definition of fluky is obtained or achieved more by chance than skill. And I don't think it's a more by chance than skill. It's a great combination. It's a unique combination of chance and skill. Because, like, at the end of the day, yes, Tyrese Haliburton, in terms of, like, do we have to call Tyrese Haliburton the clutchest player in the NBA at this point going into next season? Because we always do that. Somebody has to be the most of something. And I do think that when you are a player making the NBA playoffs run into the finals run that Tyrese Haliburton has, like, he can get clutch tattooed and not have to worry about it because that's permanent at this point. That's how you're going to think of Tyrese Haliburton because he has the ball in his hands last night and you're like, certainly he can't do it again. And he does it again.
I turned the TV off. I was like, this game is over. I turned. Shea missed that shot and Tyrese
Great
had the ball
defense
coming
by
out.
Nembhard.
Tremendous. No.
And I loved when they
Naismith
brought up
and Nembhard.
yes, both of them.
I love the defense those dudes play on the perimeter.
But the Nembhard part of it, of him having so much history with Shea, right? Like, they played against each other in high school in Canada. They're on Team Canada together. And if there's somebody who can really know and identify, okay, this is exactly how Shea Gilgeous-Alexander operates in a way to get to the free throw line and constantly have the risk of drawing a foul. And Nembhard, like, played him close, played him tight, but didn't foul him. And that last possession, I thought, encapsulated everything.
Shea got, 30 points on 38 shots?
Yeah.
All right. Like, I think overall the defense on Shea was really, really good by the Pacers. And that's a part of it. I will also say, just random throwaway comment, probably should have been double technicals assessed at some point on Nembhard and Shea. They were pushing one another at one point. It's like, okay, you might want to step in here, ref, and keep control of this. But shout out to the refs who did a good job of not jumping the gun on that. 2 little light taps on shoulders. And then as Nembhard walks to the free throw line, the ref is following him and gets in between. He's like, yo, y'all kind of cut that out. But yeah, it's Shea wanted to be aggressive in that game. And I love the aggressiveness. I love the desire to be assertive and to leave your stamp on the game. I think, did Shea have 38 on 30 shots?
38 on 30.
38 on 30, right? He took like 7 or 8 shots too many.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.